So I've had a further thought about my trains afterwards. I've set up a little test and train platform over there. As you can see, here's a train coming up just now. It's just taking me up and forward to the oil factory sub-factory. This whole area here, I'm thinking I'm going to raise the foundation up a little bit more, and as you can kind of see with these miners coming straight into the bottom there, it's feeding into my storage system underneath this glass frame there. I think I'm going to do that with all of the resources around here, feed them underneath so it's a bit cleaner up top by raising the foundation up and maybe extending my train line further down this track foundation wise, and maybe trying to establish some form of train circuit around here so I can take some resources from a bit further away. Like I believe I've got raw quartz, whenever that finds. Yeah, I've got raw quartz almost 2 kilometers away, so I'm thinking if I can get a train to help take that resource back, or even get it lined up with another train track, bring it back here to the base and just do everything from here, that might be better. So what I'm going to do just now is just raise all the foundation here up and add a little bit more foundation to places that are a bit barren. So that's the new foundations being placed down. I've got some glass foundations over there, which is where I'll hopefully have the train line come out and give me the resources from there. I was going to take down the train station and then build over there, however I'm going to need computers to begin with. Let me just double check in my transportation. Yeah, I'm going to need lots of computers to make another train station and some freight platforms, so I think in the meantime what I'm going to do is try to get computers set up in the factory here, which will then allow me to make some train stations without having to worry about ripping down previous ones. So I know here computers are requiring circuit boards and plastic, which are 2 of the materials that will come from my oil factory, or at least the plastic will come from the oil factory to the train station there, so I'll be able to collect plastic from him. And I believe it's in the assembler here I can make the circuit boards, yeah, using the same plastic. So I'm going to let plastic continue building up in that train station there and the freight platform, and upstairs here I think I'll go up and make some assemblers to start making some of these circuit boards, and then we'll see about getting them put onto a bus and take them up and start making computers with the manufacturers on the top floor. So on this floor here I've already got 2 pods set up with assemblers in them, but they are making me Nobelisk and like black powder to make the Nobelisk in there as well. So I think what I'll do is I'll make some pods along here and get set up with some assemblers to make us some of these circuit boards. Right, so I'll put an assembler here, and then I'll put one in the middle here for those 2 windows, and then the last one to the side here. Then I'll come round to the back of them, connect them there into the window. Same for him. And the same for the rest of them. So for circuit boards they're going to need some copper sheeting and some plastic. I do have some on me just now, but what I'll do is I'll at least connect this up to where I think plastic will come out from on the bus, and I do already have the copper sheets there, which will be nice and simple to take along. So let's set up the logistics to actually take them from the bus up here. Right, so I'll line this up here, and we'll get the split right down the middle there. If we can get the green line back, I think that's fine. I'll need to unstuck. Oops, I'm getting stuck in all the splitters. And we'll take that line from copper sheeting and put it straight in there. So that should take care of the copper sheeting just now. I'm not sure whereabouts on the bus that plastics are going to come from. I do have some spare conveyors right down the very bottom, on the very bottom rung. However, I also need to take into consideration that I've now got Petroleum Coke that will be coming in. I still need to do Caterium and I still need to do Sulfur. So I may set these up to start producing some of the circuit boards for me, and then maybe bring in the Caterium or the Sulfur and possibly the Coke if I can. Well, that's similar to the plastic. I'll at least do the Caterium and the Sulfur in first of all, and that should allow some of these Nobelisks to be made as well here. But what I'll do is I'll feed some plastic in first and let this start for me. Right, that's all the walls done, and we'll put the power here. side, and the last one here. And we'll connect them up into this, you to him, finally you to him, and now I'll come out the front, connect these guys up to each other so that they're powered on this side, and then connect them to this line here. So that should be them all powered now. I can see that's the copper sheets coming in. It's got some plastic that's going to run out very quick, and let's put this all into some storage. An industrial storage unit just to the side there. There we go. And we'll grab some more mergers and push them along the way. So that'll head that way. Same there. And here. We'll have them all come down to this last one here. We'll go straight into him. And let's connect them all up. So that means that at least from that quick 300 plastic out in between all three of the machines, we'll get some circuit boards made, which will help us go towards our first set of computers. Perfect. I can see circuit boards already making their way over into storage. That's fine. And again, I'll see whereabouts in the bus that I can take them back out eventually. I'll put down the last conveyor lift here. I'm not sure if I will have enough room on this side, we'll see. I may need to build upwards. Okay, so we need to find Caterium ore, and the closest node to it, it's 400 meters away this way, so let's go have a look and bring that back. Okay, this is the Caterium ore. Oh, and it's a pure node. Perfect. However, we do have a rock in the way. So, I do have some black powder on me. I wonder if we can quickly make one of these Noblisk chargers. Detonators, whatever they're called. Not from that. Equipment workshop, maybe? Noblisk can make 10. I think I just need one. Okay, we've got one, but I will need to make a detonator with it as well. Of which I'm going to need 5 object scanners. How many of them can I make? None, because I need beacons, and I can make 46 beacons, so that's 15 beacons to make the 5 object scanners to then make one of these detonators. That's fine. And that should be the Noblest detonator done. Good. Right, let's take out these two guys. Nasty, you leave me alone. Now, how does this work? So press R to reload, okay. Oh, that's it. Reloading, and do I throw it at it? Well, that's it there. Can I pick that back up? Because I've not thrown that very well. Well, we'll soon see. Right. Detonate. Perfect. Okay then, so now we've got some pure Caterium ore, which I'll need to take back up and into the front of the factory then. So let's put down a miner. Right, so that's me connected a miner up and just finished bringing it, the conveyor belt, to here, and I've also powered it up, and I think, yes, this is the Caterium ore right here. Now I believe this goes all the way down into the third or the fourth merger from the bottom, so I need to do this quick before I get poisoned. And there we go, that has now gone into this fourth one there. Caterium hopefully coming into there and then leaving on the outside. Let's check. Well, not enough for it to get stored, but good, it's coming down there and going into the forefront. Let's just make sure that's right. It's a good solid line of Caterium down this fourth one. Let's make sure it is connected up down the bottom. I believe it's only quick wire that's been made at the moment. Yep, this is travelling all the way down, that line's fine, and it's coming out here and down into there. So what is in this pod? Coming into here. So it's been turned into Caterium ingots in this room, and then it's been turned into quick wire there. Perfect. Perfect, there's the quick wire coming down there on the 6th run. Okay, now let's go sort sulfur out. Right, the closest sulfur is just about 1 kilometre away. That's gonna take quite some time to bring back, but let's go out and look at it. Right, here's the sulfur here. It's just normal purity, I believe. Yeah, just normal purity, that's fine. Well, it's the closest one, so let's put down another miner and take it back as well. And that's now sulfur coming in as well and going around the place, so let's make sure that my obelisk upstairs has now been made. We've certainly got black powder being made right now, and hopefully next door we will have the actual obelisk itself being made. And perfect, there's an obelisk being made as well. God, they're really small. Okay, now I'll go down the front and just check how many of the conveyor belts on the first bus I've got and how much room I'm going to need to bring plastic and rubber in. So looking at this line, I've got at least 6 of the 12 conveyors being used at the moment. I'll need to use one for Petroleum Coke, so that gives me at least another 5 here that I'll be able to bring the plastic and rubber onto. So I think I'll have the train delivering plastic and rubber to here, and we'll put it on the very first bus, so they'll be coming through the glass building there as well, and then they'll head upstairs into those computers. So there's about 120 circuit boards being made, 122. I'll take them outside, which I'll put into this manufacturer and start getting some computers made, so then I can make some more of these train stations around the front there and start getting this production started. Right, so I think with the train station we'll put that there, and we'll grab some of these freight platforms and put them beside them. Okay, that's at least 2 just now. Now what we'll do is we'll bring that track from up top and round to there and connect all of that up. I believe the freight train I've got at the moment has got 3 different resources coming, so there should be petroleum coke, plastic and rubber. So I will need some more computers, which will be very quick to make, but then I can put down another freight collector and we can get all 3 of those resources down and in through the building and into the manufacturers upstairs. Right, so I've connected the railway from where that previous station was. I disassembled both the train station and the freight station. I've now got 3 here, but that's everything there connected up. All I'm going to do is just quickly rename this from Hamburg, whatever that is, to the Mega Factory. Perfect. Right, let's get some power into here. So that's it powered up now. If the timetable was right, it's supposed to come there to... the next stop is supposed to be the Mega Factory here. So it should come round there and then eventually go back up to the oil sub-factory. However, I'll need to now make this line turn round and connect again. Hopefully I've left myself enough room. And get that snapped right there. Good, perfect, that's that all connected. I have to shift the train station over by 1, but that's fine. That's all now connected up. I had to remove the train as well, but I'll put that back down in a second. So what I think now I should do is take the resources from the back of here and see if I can feed them now under and straight over into my storage. So I think the easiest way to do this is just by putting down a merger there, have a lift up top facing inwards, then from the output straight in there we'll remove the merger down the bottom there, and we'll take conveyor belt from here straight through and into the main building here. Okay, so we'll take the conveyor belt from here and we'll just feed it in through here, and the same for in the middle here. Then finally over in this last one, do the same there. So that's them all now going into this. Let's come in here and see which one of these storage units to put this into. Because Petroleum Coke is going to be essentially a new form of coal for us, I'm reckoning maybe putting it on this 5th rung here, close enough to where most of the steel builds are. So yeah, I think I'll build it on that one there. And we'll maybe just put plastic and rubber on the other 2 here. Doesn't really matter where they go because they're going straight upstairs anyway. But that gives me a rough idea where to put these. Right, the conveyor belts are in place, a bit messy, I'll tidy it up another time. Let's put the locomotive back down. I'll leave the freights just now and we'll set this going from the Mega Factory here to the oil sub factory up, and this will be the Mega Factory. Perfect, and we'll put autopilot on and hopefully he'll go and I'll get into it this time. And we should now head over to the oil factory. Now that we're here, I'll need to go around and just set these up, because I've been testing how I'm going to lay these out and I'm not quite happy with that, so I'm going to play a little bit around here just now and seeing if I can get these oil refineries all making me plastic, coke and rubber. Okay, so that's the oil factory now set up a little bit nicer, and I'll just quickly walk us through what's been changed to it. So right down the centre here we've got the main oil extractor, who's coming out and splitting crude oil between two different sets of factories. The sets of factories here, this one is making some polymer resin, and it's also making some of this fuel fluid as well from the crude oil, and the polymer resin is getting fed into these refineries here, which are making free of the materials, which I believe are plastic, rubber and fabric stuff. Let me just double check what they're making. Yeah, so this one's taking in the polymer resin, and it's also taking in some water and making rubber here, and the water is just coming from an extractor just out over on the water there. And I believe this one here will be making us plastic. Yep. And the last one, we're making some fabric here as well. So that's the three ones there. Oh, the refinery at the end here is producing the actual polymer resin, which is coming out and being split down the bottom there between all three of the machines. So it's not the most efficient, but it's just an output. It's also creating this fluid as well, which I'm having come into these industrial buffers here. I can't do anything with this fuel liquid yet, so what I'm having to do is basically just flush this whole system whenever it gets full, because I've got 6 of these industrial fluid buffers set up to allow more polymer to be created and head down to those other ones there. But eventually I will be able to get some factories set up and utilise some of this fluid here to make some fuel. I've just got my piping underground so that I can run above it, keeping it as tidy as I can, and you can see its conveyors are coming out underneath us and heading away and around to the corner there. In fact, it's coming out here. These ones here are just taking the crude oil that comes out from the extractor, and what we're getting here is just some rubber as well as some heavy oil residue. I think this one is doing as plastic again with some heavy oil residue, and that heavy oil residue is actually coming into this extractor here, which is producing this petroleum coke, and all of those resources, as I said, are coming out onto the bus, heading down there, being merged and then being forced into the different freight for the train, like the freight containers for the train, and then the train will collect them and take them back. So I've got petroleum coke, petrol and rubber all heading out to the main factory there. So I think what we'll do is go actually see about connecting the plastic now up and actually get these computers. I'm going to need to wait on the train. So there's the train arriving with some of those materials that we've just produced, the rubber, plastic and the coke. I think we're absolutely full for this petroleum coke. Yes we are, so it's not going to be collected, but the other two should now come up and over into it. So these ones I can't interact there, but they should move into it and then be taken straight immediately out the back and down. Oh, that's full of rubber there as well, so maybe just see it on plastic. There we go, it's coming out on plastic there and heading all the way down. The other two are absolutely full down the bottom here. So I'll come down the bottom and just make sure it's all getting put onto the conveyor belts properly. So everything's coming out here absolutely fine. Rubber's definitely stocked up, although I'm not using it at the moment. Plastic is getting fed off and heading upstairs towards that assembler that was making our circuit boards, but at least we're getting a nice stream of it. I think it's going to be one material I'm going to need lots of eventually here, so let me just go up and make sure that it is now producing the circuit boards. So that seems to be a nice steady stream of these circuit boards now coming out of those assemblers. Oh yeah, we've got loads now. Right, I'll actually need to connect it onto the main bus as well. Let's see where I'm gonna be able to put this. So I've examined the bus and pretty much all of the conveyors here will be used. I know there's some empty at the moment, but I believe that's where I'm going to get my other components for the space elevator coming up onto the empty ones here. But I've also got some raw quartz downstairs which I'll need to pull back as well, which I may do with one of the trains. So at the moment circuit boards aren't going to have any bus line because I'm going to need to create another bus line on top of this and head up again. But now let's see if I've actually got my computers being set up and made for me. Hopefully I've connected everything up right. I've only got one set of manufacturers for them so far. Actually that's heavy modular frames. So I'm going to need to create my manufacturing pod to make some computers next. Right, I'll get rid of these and get started. That's the last pods for these manufacturers done. However, I have noticed a few things. When I was trying to make the actual manufacturers here themselves, I ran out of plastic, which whenever I checked down the bottom, I seen that, well, I can't see it from here, but right down the very bottom of the bus, there was very little plastic coming in. So I did have to go back out to my oil factory to see what was happening, and there's just a lack of plastic being made because I've got too much petroleum coke, and I also had too much of the other fluids. So I've had to do a lot of dumping of materials, and I'm thinking instead of using the coal that I've got coming into the plant for my steel production, I will actually use some of the petroleum coke. That should allow some more plastic and rubber to be made from the oil factory, bring it back here. But I'm also going to need to look into how to start packaging some of those materials so I can do something else with them instead of them just sitting there doing nothing over at the oil station. And the last thing I did notice was I've pretty much ran out of room. I can get 3 big manufacturing pods created upstairs, but this does take us right to the very end of the factory here, so I'm reckoning I'm going to need to pull my conveyor bus further back and actually extend the whole factory a little bit further back here as well, just to ensure that I'm going to have enough room to take materials out of an exit and put it onto the bus there. You are getting really close to this. Actually, you're going to hit this. Let's see, how close are you getting? Oh yeah, he's going to clip through that. That's how tall we are now, and I'm going to need to extend this further up with the conveyor bus as well. So he's definitely going to clip right through this. I'll see what's going to happen with that there. So that's a couple of things that I'm going to now need to go back and fix here, but that has definitely been enough for today, I think. We're making progress.